Hi there, LEGO Landlord here with LEGO Transformers Nightwatch. Nightwatch here is actually just a regular shuttle. He is white in some parts. I imagine that only the black parts are the top, and the front bits, whereas the rest is white, but it is covered in heat-resistant plating, which is actually black. If you need a reference, you can go look at the SpaceX Falcon. Taking a look at details here, coming to the bottom, you can see his accessory in his head. His accessory does help alleviate him off of the ground, as you can see, but I will be taking that off for now, so we can set that off to the side. Coming around to the back, you can see I've added boosters, and as a little bit of a Easter egg type thing, I do have this effects part. Cheaply made, throw it together in 30 seconds. But it helps give you the idea that he is in fact a space shuttle. I tried capturing the essence of the space shuttle pretty well here. He does have a thick outer boarding, and he does have the typical shuttle wings, whereas he doesn't have the nose of the shuttle, but I think that's fine because it would mess up transformation any other way. But that's about it for shuttle mode. Let's move on to comparisons. For comparison, here we have Doug, so you can see how he looks with the LEGO minifigure. Here we have Iron Man. Here we have an in-universe human-sized robot to see how he looks with a regular human in this universe. I think it fits pretty well, but other than that, as guest star, here we have Spacey from the GoBots. And I think these two look pretty well together, honestly. I think they give off that kind of yin-yang salt and pepper vibe. That's about it for comparisons. Let's move on to transformation. Transformation for this guy is deviation from the typical shuttle transformation. You'd expect this section to become the head or something, whereas this section to become the arms, but you'll see it's completely different. First off, we want to take these and move these out. Then we want to rotate these around on these little headlight bricks and leave those. We're going to come back to the back of the shuttle. This entire plating will split in half. Now, we want to do this kind of a legal joint technique where we're going to swivel this out, but it won't be considered legal. We want to actually move this down a little bit, and then we can bring this out. Helps give a little bit of clearance. Sorry about that. Now, let's bring this entire section out. We will rotate it around and then bring this down to form the leg. Do this on the other side. Rotate this section out. Then you want to bring this section out, rotate it around, and bring this down. Split the legs a little bit. There you have his legs done. We will come up to the front, bring this section down, rotate this headlight brick around, and then collapse it. Do this on the other side, like so. And then we can bring the arms down. And finally, we want to go and take this entire section, separate it from the section using these mini droid arms. And the head will clearly pass through there. And make sure these things are flush together. And there we have Nightwatch in his robot mode. So for my headcanon, I decided that this guy is pretty old in terms of age, but he decides that since his legs are so bent up from years of war, he should just watch the world go by in space. He decides to take a trip to orbit around the Earth and just sit there for a while. For accessories, you do have the cane coming back here. You can just attach this, taking this stud, bringing it here, and you want to kind of have him resting on that if he is on Earth, but most of the time I prefer to just kind of leave him hanging around in space, as that's what he likes to do. For details, you can see I've tried to make the chest kind of bent up as well for detailing, and try to make the head a little bit of a space helmet. Now this guy, you won't see him coming in space, so that's why I made him all black. Did give him a little grill right there. You can see that his butt does have boosters, but I think that's a little bit innovative. Now for terms of articulation, you do have a swivel at the head, that 360. His head can go up for space flight. His arms can go out. They can rotate 360. And his elbows can bend to 90 degrees. His legs can go forward that far, back that far, can splay in and out. Now, I don't know if you want to count this joint, but this joint counts for me. And he has his little foot that you can articulate. But I tend to leave these straight most of the time as it makes life easier for me. Don't know if you'll do otherwise, but I think that makes for a pretty cool robot. Now for comparisons, here we have him next to Doug. So you can see again what he looks like next to a minifigure. Here we have him with a robot sized to a human. He's pretty big, but I think it works. And here we have him next to Spacey. I think they look pretty good together. They depict very different robot modes. She's a bit more slender, whereas he's a bit more bulky. But again, I think they look pretty nice together. That's about it for comparisons. Anyways, guys, that's about it for me from now, and the next video you will see is most likely going to be an unboxing video that will come around on, I think, Wednesday, but keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.